it's Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. Are you ready to make an adorable bracelet using the newest Softlex company design kit, California Dreaming? And if any of the items I am using today are still available, I will leave a link down below in the description. And we are using beads from the kit, from the Jesse James bead mix, and using the seashell here. And this was from the Ocean Mix designed for Softlex Company by Bedoria. So I will leave a link for that website as well. And before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow. And down below in the description, I will leave links for all other bracelet inspiration as well as other tutorials using this design kit. And I will also leave a link for the unboxing of this fabulous kit. Let's start creating. To start, we're going to cut about 18 inches of our soft flex wire. And I know that may seem like a lot for a bracelet, but we're kind of going to do something a little special with the seashell here. So we need a little bit more soft flex wire. Start with just our little seashell. And you got 4 of them in the mix. And they also came with these little starfish as well. And everybody got an assorted color. And these were very similar to the butterflies and flowers that she made for the Just Peachy kit for the Great Bead Extravaganza. And she does have some on her website. These are just so beautiful. I will also leave a link down below in the description for this bracelet. So with the shell, it's kind of a larger bead and there's a little starfish on there. It might be hard to see on the camera, but we're going to be passing through this 3 times with our Softlex wire. And I went ahead and already tested it so it will pass through. And that's why we're going to kind of double back and pass through it a few times, why we needed the extra Softlex wire. So we are just going to slide on our bead. And then we're going to pick up our seed beads. And we want enough to go all the way around our seashell. And what's nice about the Softlex wire is that you can just string them on. You don't have to pick them up with your fingers because they'll act like it's a needle. So we're just going to slide some on, and you can match your colors if you wanted to do like a golden green and really incorporate some more ocean colors. And you could skip the seed beads altogether if you just wanted to pass through with the Softlex. So we're going to check and see if we have enough. And it's still too tight for our bead. So we're just going to add a few more seed beads. This is a wonderful way to just kind of add more color and make your bead special and stand out in your design piece. So we have our seed beads and we have our wire. We're just going to pass back through. It's going to create like a little crown for our shell. Just give it a pull and we'll have enough seed beads for our little shell. And you can always dangle little charms off of it. I think I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So if it's too big, we just go in reverse. We're just going to remove some of the seed beads. Make sure that our shell is still in the middle of our design and give it a pull. So it just kind of frames the shell. So we're going to do the same thing on the top or on the bottom of the shell, depending which way it's going. So we're just going to pick up the seed beads again. So we have the seed beads added on. Now we're going to take our Softlex wire and pass back through our little shell. And then give it a pull. We just have to make some adjustments. This is a wonderful way to highlight any beads that you would like. You just have to make sure that the Softlex wire will pass through the bead a few times, and then you can do the same technique. Add 2 more seed beads just because it's a little bit of a tight squeeze. So I'm going to add 2 seed beads, and then I'm going to add one of these beautiful blue points. They just look like the ocean waves. We're going to slide that on. Pick up one of our little gold spacers, and we're going to pick up one of these little, they're about an 8 millimeter faceted round, but they're kind of like a little square cut as well. Very pretty. So we're going to slide that on. We're going to pick up some seed beads and kind of do the same thing that we did for the shell. Our blue bead and then 11 seed beads. And we're just going to double back through that blue bead. And this is going to create like a little halo or a crown for your bead. And it is a bigger hole, so we can pass through again. So we're just going to add 11 more seed beads. 11 seed beads, and then we're just going to pass back through our blue bead. And give it a pull. And we'll just need to make adjustments if needed. So we're creating like a little halo for our project. I'm going to add on another one of our gold beads, our beautiful blue coins. And then with the little gold spacers, it kind of holds everything in place. Then we're going to pick up another one of our gold beads, our beautiful blue faceted, and do the same thing where we're going to add 11 seed beads on each side. So we already have one of our loops. We have our 11. We're going to pass it back through. And we're just going to add on one more gold bead and our last little coin. We're going to add in our 2x2 and a jump ring. And this is going to be for our clasp. I always like to add jump rings for my clasp just in case I want to extend the length of my project. Instead of having to restring it, you can just open up a jump ring. So we're going to slide on our 2x2 and our jump ring. We're going to pass back through our 2x2. And I do have a lot of soft flex wire left over. That's okay. I'll save it for another project. We want to have a little bit of wiggle room between our 2x2 and our jump ring. Then we're just going to give it a smash, and we're going to rotate, and this will give us a more professional finish. We have our extra soft flex wire, so we're just going to trim. And be sure to save your soft flex wire. You can always use it for another project. So we have part of our bracelet completed. Now we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So we have our spacing of our 2x2s. And I was kind of inspired to do this project just because of the speed. If you just string it on through one soft flex wire, it tends to flip, which is okay for your design, but I kind of wanted to keep it stabilized. So that's when I was just kind of, tinkering around with the design, and I realized that if you loop it back through, it can stabilize the bead in place. Add one of our beautiful coins. And even though these look, like the waves and they're for California Dreaming, and it was based for Sonoma, California, that's where Softflex headquarters are, and Bodega Bay, it just reminds me of clouds. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Add on our little gold bead, our blue rounds, and then our 11 seed beads. And we're just going to repeat the same pattern until we reach the end of our project. So we have our bracelet. And sometimes the seed beads will move just a little bit. You can always just kind of flatten them out, but they will lay straight when you're wearing it on your wrist. To attach our clasp, we're just going to open up our jump ring and attach our lobster claw. Very fitting to be using a lobster claw for an under the sea bracelet. And then we're just going to give it a close. Hear that little click. Now we're going to slide on our 2x2 to the end of our bracelet and our clasp. And the same thing, just pass back through our 2x2 and give it a little pull. We want to make sure that our loops are fairly the same size. And then we'll just give it a little smash and rotate and trim off our extra soft flex wire. Our beautiful California Dreaming bracelet with the check glass, and then we added in the little seed beads in gold, size 11 seed beads. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow, and check out down below in the description for all other bracelet inspiration and tutorials using the wonderful kit, California Dreaming. Have an awesome day.